Hey everybody, this is Lisa from Not a Skinny Mini Wellness, and this week's tip is all about self-empowerment and how self-empowerment actually helps us make better choices when it comes to eating. So, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie Mean Girls. I love that movie. It's really funny, and it's also quite an intelligent commentary on the sort of cultural, how do you say, just sort of the culture of young girls in high school. So there's this really funny scene in that movie where Lindsay Lohan's character, who has been growing up in a different country this whole time, is in a new high school, and she's become friends with the popular girls. So the leader of this popular girl posse is in her room, and Lindsay Lohan's character is there with all those popular girls, and they're standing in front of a mirror, and this, almost as if this thing were a ritual, these girls one by one stand in front of the mirror and begin insulting themselves. And, you know, one is like, oh my god, my skin is so bad, and then the other girl is saying how fat she is. Meanwhile, the girl is really skinny, and then the girl's skin is perfect. And it's almost like this ritual where they insult themselves in the mirror, and then the other girl gives her a compliment, and the girl turns the compliment down and continues to insult herself. So the reason I bring this up is that I brought this up in my teleclass that I taught 3 days ago called Win the Battle with Food and Take Back Your Power for Good. And I talked about this because what I really want you to consider this week is how you disempower yourself on a daily basis in just all the areas of your life. And one of the specific ways that I've noticed that women especially do is compliments. So my tip for you guys this week is take the damn compliment already, okay? Just take the freaking compliment. The reason I say this is because, you know, it almost seems as though, I mean, I know, for example, when I was in high school, I had a moment like this where I was a new person at this high school because I had actually also moved from another country, and the most popular girl came and sat behind me, and she compliments me on my curly hair. And I've always loved my curly hair, so I just said thank you, and I felt proud of myself. Well, all of a sudden this girl turns around and goes, oh my god, she has such a big head, she's so conceited. So I'm sure many of you have had an experience like this, or many of you have problems or trouble experiencing compliments and accepting them without, you know, putting in a but when you respond, like, yes, thank you, but my clothes are all wrinkled today, or yes, thank you, but I need to lose 5 more pounds. So my point is to take the frickin' compliment. And the reason I say this is because when you put yourself down in your head, or you don't fully just take the compliment, you're disempowering yourself. And in this society, we're taught that a woman who feels good about herself, is accepting of compliments, is conceited. And it's not true. It's not true. You're not conceited. You just love yourself, and you believe in empowering yourself and nourishing yourself. So if you just work on something as tiny as just accepting a compliment, and just saying, if somebody says to you, wow, you look so beautiful today, just saying thank you. And no other additions to that. If you do that, those little things, they start to add up in your life, and they start to empower you more. And believe it or not, it empowers you to the point where you start to make better choices with the food that's on your plate. So that's my tip for this week. Now I have one more thing I want to say before I go. I am gearing up to launch some amazing programs for January of next year. So I can't just quite tell you just yet because it's top secret, but keep on the lookout in the next 2 weeks for another email from me, because if you're tired of making New Year's resolutions to eat better, to feel better, to heal your emotional eating, to lose weight, stop the diet obsession, if you're tired of making these resolutions over and over again, and then every time New Year's comes around you still haven't achieved those goals, this program that I'm going to launch is exactly what you need. And I'm only accepting a very limited amount of people into it because it's going to be kick-ass. So I can't wait for you guys to hear about it. That's all I'm saying for now. Have a wonderful week. Bye.